Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, our group will present to you the cinema booking system for database management system for subject ITS 232. First of all, before we start our presentation, I would like to introduce our group members. Firstly, we have myself, Hani Nabila binti Abdul Halim. My role in this project is I as a project manager. What is my role? My role is have to lead in any planning, executing, monitoring, controlling and also shutting this project. I also responsible to answer for the complete project scope, project team, resources and also the success or failure of this project. Secondly, we have Haikal Shazwan bin Muhammad Ajmain. He was hold the role as a database designer. As a database designer, in this system, he played a role for designing any detailed database such as tables, index, entity relationship, diagram and also the Gantt chart. He also have to develop and also execution of construct to retrieve and store the data in this system. Third, we have Nurul Azira Nazrin binti Azri. She played the role as a database programmer 1. As a database programmer 1, she played the role as writing and testing the code for the new system in this progress. She also have to make sure it is correctly and quickly resolve any database issues, queries and also errors in this report. Lastly, we have Raja Nur Atira binti Raja Muhammad Farid. She played the role as a database programmer 2. As a database programmer 2, she played the role to record all any customer data and also update the data referring to the staff. She also have to schedule all the movie tickets according to published date that have been set up. She also have to keep the customer information safely in our system.
Let me introduce our organization background. Max Cinemas Sdn Bhd is one of the Malaysia's most well-known cinemas. Max Cinemas business office is at New Central in Kuala Lumpur. This company was established in April 2018 by a team of a project manager, database designer, application developers, and project coordinator to run a business. The organization was able to design a system that can operate a tremendous amount of data efficiently because our teams combine experiences and passion. The objective of Max Cinemas is to provide customers with international quality services. We want to be the first choice cinema content operator in the future and we want to be known for providing a whole entertainment experience. Since their inception in 2018, Max Cinemas has provided innumerable moviegoers with fond memories of a memorable day out. Max Cinemas had 30 multiplexes across Kuala Lumpur, Selangor, Negeri Sembilan, Pahang, Johor and Kedah as of December 2021 with about 1,550 seats and 3,000 screens. Max Cinemas is a fully digital cinema in high-definition content such as films, documentaries and other alternative content in superior quality. In every cinema branch, we have about 260 seats each with various types of hall provided. We give a highly effective technique for handling multiple types of data. Our primary goal is to provide the best system database for the user to connect to and use, as well as to enable the user to have the best experience possible while using it. Both of these things are necessary to guarantee that the process proceeds smoothly. Moving on, current system description. Max Cinema often use a manual order system in which our system gathers certain consumer information such as customer ID, ticket code, transaction number, and add-on for food and beverage. In customer ID, we get to know our customer's name, phone number, age and email. As a result, we can identify our customers easily. It will make it easier if there is any problem with an error in entering the data, also to return it if there is a technical error by depending on their ID. Our system also collected all the customers' ticket that they order. We provided a lot of a movie genre to our customer. They also can watch the movie according to the date, time, seat, hall, and the quantity that they want. We also provide a comfortable service to customer to increasing their satisfaction so that our cinema becomes the best option for them. Our cinemas also provide the luxury hall, premium halls, special screen, special effect halls, and others. Tickets are also available for all range of age, such as senior citizen, student, child, and adult. The price of each ticket is 12 ringgit, 14 ringgit, 10 ringgit, and 16 ringgit respectively. The movie screen are also in line with the current story production and on par across cinemas. Besides, we also provide our customers with food and drink options to enjoy while watching the movies. Various combo packs of popcorn and bicarbonate drinks are included. In our system, we list down the types of food and drinks, quantity, and the total to make sure our customer can pay easily with the ticket of the movie that they have ordered. As our add-on menu of Combo A, we serve 1 Pepsi and small size of popcorn for only 10 ringgit. Next for Combo B are 2 Pepsi drinks and 1 regular popcorn for only 15 ringgit. Combo C, we have 2 Pepsi drinks and 1 large popcorn with 20 ringgit. And the last one for Combo D, we have 3 Pepsi drinks, 1 regular and large size popcorn, while the price for Combo D is 25 ringgit. Aside from that, our customers have some option of transaction which is with cash or using cashless payment methods such as debit card and online banking. All payment methods selected by the customer will be recorded in our registration book. The information was saved as proof and for us to double check all the customers' payment that come to our cinema. Next, our group project objective. First and foremost, data can be imported easily and in a clean manner. Besides, the data transfer is accurate and secure. Large amounts of data and lots of memory are available for storage. And if there is any issue with the transaction, it is simple to retrieve the data.
Next is list of business rules. There are 6 business rules in our group project. Firstly is 1 customer can purchase many tickets and each ticket can be made by many customers. The relationship is many to many. Because of the relationship is many to many, we have table ticket customer that connect the table ticket and table customer. Secondly, 1 customer can be served by 1 staff. Each staff can handle many customers. The relationship is 1 to many. Third, 1 customer can make many transactions and each transaction can be made by 1 customer. The relationship is 1 to many. Next, 1 transaction can make many add-on and each add-on can be made by 1 transaction. The relationship is 1 to many. Next, many tickets can make 1 transaction and each transaction can be made by 1 ticket. The relationship is 1 to many. And lastly, 1 ticket can show 1 movie. Each movie has many tickets. The relationship is 1 to many. So here is the complete entity relationship diagram that connect all entities. There are 7 tables in this entity relationship diagram, which is the table movie, ticket, ticket customer, customer, transaction, add-on, and stuff. Next is data dictionary. We have 7 entities. For the table movie, the data type we use is INT, date, and voucher. For the table ticket, the data type we use is INT and voucher. Transaction number and movie code as foreign key. For table customer, staff ID as foreign key, and for table ticket customer, ticket code and customer ID is primary key and foreign key. Next is table transaction, add-on, and stuff. We use data type INT, voucher, and date.
Okay, I will continue with details of our system. For the first table is table about the table movie. For the first column is movie code as the primary key, and then the second column is movie title, the customer need to choose either Mat Kilau, Minions, Spider-Man, Batman and Krula. And then the third table is movie time, and then the last one is movie dates. Let's move to the another table, which is table ticket. First column we have a ticket code as the primary key, and then the second one is ticket types, which is the customer need to choose either adult, child, student and a senior citizen. And then the third one is ticket price. The price are different based on their types. And then ticket host, ticket seats, ticket quantity, transactions number, and then the last one is movie codes. For the third table is table customer, which is for the first column is customer ID, and then the second column is customer name, customer number phones, customer age, customer email, and the last one is staff ID. The table of number 4 is about table ticket customer, which is have a first column about the ticket codes, and the second column is about customer ID. The next is table transactions. For the first column, we have a transaction number, and then transaction types that the customer either to choose debit, cash, and online banking. The third column is transactions time, transaction dates, transaction total, and the last one is customer ID. The next is table add-ons. The first column we have add-on. The second is add type combo, which is the customer need to choose either combo A, B, C, and D. And then the third column is add combo quantity. The next one is add total, and then the last one is transactions number. And then table of staff. The first column we have a staff ID, the second one is staff name, and then the last one is staff number phones.
So here is complete rational scheme. For movie, there are 4 attributes. Movie code as primary key. For ticket, ticket code as primary key. Transaction number and movie code as foreign key. Next is customer. Customer ID as primary key and staff ID as foreign key. For ticket customer, ticket code and customer ID as primary key and foreign key. For transaction, transaction number as primary key and customer ID as foreign key. For add-on, add-on number as primary key and transaction number as foreign key. Lastly is staff, staff ID as primary key.
Okay, let's move to database declaration. For the first is the tables of movie, and then the first line is create table movie, and then the second line is movie codes integer 5 not now, and then movie title varchar 20, movie time varchar 20, movie dates, and the primary key is movie codes. And then you can see in this slide have the sample of output that we have insert the data. The second one is database declaration about the table of staff. The first line is create table staff, and then the second line is staff ID integer 5 not now, and then the third one is staff name varchar 20, staff number phones varchar 50, and primary key for this table is staff ID. The same thing that in this slide which have shown the output, the sample output that we have insert the data. The next one is database for the table of customer. The first line is create table customer, and then the second line is customer ID integer 5 not now, and then the third line is customer name varchar 15, and then customer number for varchar 15, customer age varchar 5, customer email varchar 20, staff ID integer 5, primary key is customer ID, and foreign key is staff ID, reference staff ID. Okay, the same thing is in this slide have the sample of outputs. For the next data declaration is table of transactions. The first line is create table transactions. The second line is transaction number integers 20 not now, transactions type varchar 15, transactions time varchar 20, transactions dates, transaction total varchar transaction total varchar 10, customer ID integer 5, primary key transaction number, foreign key customer ID, references customer ID. The same thing is in this slide have a sample of output that we have insert the data. Database declaration for the table of table ticket. The first line is create a table ticket customer. The second line is ticket codes integer 5 not now, and then the third line is customer ID integer 5 not now, and then primary key ticket codes and customer ID. Foreign key is ticket codes, references ticket and ticket ID. Foreign key is customer ID, reference customer ID, and then the same one is we insert the sample of output. And then for the table add-on, for the first line is create table add-on, and then the second line is add number integer 5 not now, add type combo varchar 10, add combo quantity integer 10, add total varchar 10, transaction number integer 20, primary key is add-on, and then the foreign key is transaction number, and references transaction numbers. The same this is the samples of output that we have insert the data. How can you see is in the data types of combo, we have a combo A, B, C and D that the customer need to either to choose which one the combo that they want to buy. Database declaration for the table of table ticket. The first line is create a table ticket customer. The second line is ticket codes integer 5 not now, and then the third line is customer ID integer 5 not now, and then primary key ticket codes and customer ID. Foreign key is ticket codes, references ticket and ticket ID. Foreign key is customer ID, reference customer ID, and then the same one is we insert the sample of output.
So next, we move to SQL statement. In SQL statement, we have 4. First is simple SQL queries. Second is multiple table queries. Third is a scalar function, and the last one is subqueries. In simple SQL statement, we have 3 examples. First one, we choose the customer table. We select customer ID, customer name, customer number phone in the table customer, and the condition is we want the customer ID in descending order. Secondly, we choose from table transaction. We select transaction number, transaction type, transaction date, and also transaction total. For the condition, we want the transaction type only debit. For the last example is from the movie table. We select movie title, movie time, and also movie date. For the condition, we want the movie title is start from S, and last one, we want the movie date is on 2022 for the month of 7 and for the date of. For multiple table SQL statement, we also do 3 example. For the first one, we retrieve 2 table, which is table customer and also table transaction. In this table, we select customer ID, customer name, customer number phone, transaction number, transaction type, transaction time, and also transaction date. Coding, we know the customer ID is the primary key of the customer table, and also customer ID is a foreign key of transaction table, so we equal it, and the condition is we want the customer name in ascending order. For the second SQL multiple table statement, we choose the transaction table and also add-on table. In this we want to select the transaction number, transaction type, transaction time, transaction date, transaction total, add-on ID, add-on type combo. So this is from the table transaction and also add-on. We know the transaction number is primary key of transaction table, and transaction number is a foreign key of add-on table. So we equal it, and for the condition, we want the add-on type combo or combo B. For the last example of multiple table, we retrieve 3 table, which is customer, transaction and also ticket. We select customer name, customer number phone, transaction number, transaction total, code, ticket type and also ticket price. So we know customer ID is a primary key of customer table. And customer ID is also foreign key for the transaction table. So we retrieve it. And also transaction number is the primary key of transaction table, and transaction number is the foreign key of add-on table. So we equal it, and for the condition, we want 2 conditions. First, we just want the ticket type is adult and student, and last one, we want the ticket type in ascending order. Third is a scalar function SQL statement. In the scalar function, we show 3 examples also. First one is we want to select the ticket code, ticket type, ticket price, and we want the ticket price is we multiple by 0.2, and for the new value, we set as a new ticket price. All of it is from table. Second one, for the example of scalar function, is we select movie code, movie title, movie time, movie date from the table movie. So we want day of month from movie date as a day, month from movie date as month, year from movie date year. And so for the third example from scalar function, we want to select the customer name, and we use subtract as because we want the customer name to just have 3 alphabet from the first name, such as Johari. We just want JOH, so we use this scalar function from the For the last SQL statement, we have subqueries, or it's called maintaining the data. For the example 1, we select the ticket code, ticket type and also ticket price from the table ticket. For the condition, we just want the minimum value of ticket price from the table ticket. So that is the output. We have 2 charts with the minimum value of ticket price, which is 10 ringgit only. For the second example of subqueries is we select customer ID. We want to truncate the average of customer age from the table customer with a 0.0, and we create the new column as the average age. For the condition is the customer name must be not null and is a group by in the customer ID, since the customer ID is a primary key of the table customer. So we're using having the average customer age, since we do in the previous one. So the condition is we want to average in ascending order. For the last example, we can select a customer ID and also customer name from the table customer. In these subqueries, we're using in, which is the statement is where customer ID in, we select customer ID from the transaction table. So here the result, we got all the customer ID with the call of in.